everybody. Good morning. So let me begin by introducing myself. I'm Archana and I run a private practice in Chennai. I'm also a member of the editorial board of the Journal of Evidence-Based Dental Practice and an assistant editor in Essentials in Clinical Periodontology and Implant Dentistry, both of which I have the good fortune to work with Dr. Michael Newman, who is the editor-in-chief and also the basic chief of the editorial board of the Clinical Periodontology textbook that we all follow universally. With this little bit of introduction about myself, we will move on directly to our presentation. So, a little bit about competitive exams and how different they are from the regular exams. We can categorize the kind of questions that come as those based on rote learning and concept learning. So, if you can understand the difference between rote learning and concept learning, you will be able to retain all the facts much better for your examination. For example, look at classification, any classification, not just periodontal diseases, or perhaps values, tensiles, strengths and shear stresses, all this, they come under rote learning because they require memorizing. You don't need me to guide you with these things. This is something you need to spend time, take notes and just quickly revise. And in fact, this is what you need to revise on the day before your competitive exams. Do not waste memory space in trying to retain them much earlier because you will have to revise again and again for this. But come to concept learning. What do I mean by concept learning is you learn a concept so well that you understand something like host response and you can answer a question on a topic of host modulation. Why? Because when you learn a concept well, you can make educated guesses even when you're faced with unfamiliar questions. So for this, we need to learn with pictures, with infograms, so that you can better retain and keep them in your memory. Also understand that when we are dealing with multiple choice questions, it is one of the easier forms of examinations because you don't have to pull up anything from your memory, like in cases of essays or fill in the blanks or anything like that. All the answers are there in front of you and you just need to be able to eliminate the absurd ones and at least increase your chance of hitting the right one by 50%. It is completely possible if you go by concept learning. So today, how are we going to learn? I will first teach you a basic concept with tables, infograms or pictures. And then we will quickly move on to practice questions of the multiple choice variety. And which, suppose there is a new concept introduced during the multiple choice question, I will quickly follow up with quick facts. This will reinforce few facts in your memory and you will start to identify the kind of questions that they come under a normal trend and you can hopefully by the end of today be able to answer or categorize them in your mind and learn how to answer correctly. So when we come to periodontal diseases, here is a concept that you need to understand. This is all there is to it. 1. Gingivitis and its variations. That includes desquamative gingivitis. 2. Gingival enlargement. 3. Gingival recession. 4. Attachment loss. 5. Pathological migration. And of these, enlargement, recession, attachment loss, pathological migration can all happen in periodontitis. And today, if we can understand what contributes to these diseases, we can also understand how therapy works in these conditions. Let's move on to one of the tougher topics of periodontology, immunology and microbiology. This gets kind of monotonous, so I have tried to make this bit lively and this should probably help you in oral pathology, in answering questions of general microbiology and immunology too. But of course, this is highly specific to periodontitis. So